front of Phil Ivey.
Pass. 4,000.
And Mattisau, who was in danger of going broke earlier, is suddenly very, very healthy.
And very, very vocal. Not that that's unusual for Mike. We've had him singing, we've had him winding up Phil.
I paid cash to him to give to you. He said he was going to see you. He was going on the next 2 days.
It's a little different, Phil.
I said, I don't want this between yours and
What
his
do you know
figure.
about my double points? The guy beats me every. Never pays me a nickel.
Never pays you a nickel? You got 50,000 the other day. Don't be a sore loser. Take your punishment and just shut up.
Pick your punishment.
And enjoy
I
yourself.
was following Ivey's lead. That's
Good.
all I did, buddy.
Yeah, but you hated on me. Let me get my money and then.
I wouldn't just bring it up, but if Ivey's going to bring it up, I'm going to.
But see, I don't know Ivey any money.
Andy in the lead here. Well, not anymore though.
If you want to attack me, I can re-attack you.
Tom Dwan has made 2 pair, 9s and 6s.
Because it's a wonderful day in London. La 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 la. Hello, David. Are you having fun?
Sure.
Good to see you.
Oh, Mike. You call 55,000 more just hoping that you're even.
There's no hoping.
Yeah, I folded my
I was
ace queen.
100% sure. I was 61%.
Did you have
Oh,
me?
you're such a dummy, Mike. I mean, when you call off all your money with the
You always
little
say that. I'm a
pairs.
dummy. I'm a dummy. Yeah. You know, when I moved in with
Did you have
8-3
me
against
when I had the
you,
ace
you were
queen?
like, "Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm a dummy." Why is it
I
when
can't,
when
David. I
do
can't
it,
even
I'm
think
a
straight.
dummy?
I'm so mad right now.
I didn't have ace queen. I had ace 10.
I know you didn't have ace queen.
I would have folded too. Ace king, I would have called.
I mean, I folded 2 jacks.
I mean, you raised me
I mean,
10 times my bet.
4,000 I had to bet. Because I thought
I have
that
10
I
more
had
bets
big
like that to find a
hand.
better
This hand,
hand.
I felt where I was at.
Right?
I went with it.
Mike, you're like Mr. Magoo in this game sometimes,
Just like
buddy.
on TV when I watched you the
I
other
think
day.
I'll call. I
when
think
you
I'll
called
fold. I
the
think
guy,
I'll call. I think I'll fold. I
when
think
you called the guy and you said, "Sir, I think you have ace jack of diamonds, but I'm a coin flip and I've got to call," and you had jack 10 of diamonds, and you were right. Well, I thought that you had ace queen and he threw an ace away and I was 61% and I called.
there was
Really?
15,000 to pop, Mike. You called off 55,000 more, hoping.
Hope? There was no hope. I want to put my money in 60-40 or better.
You don't think I was going to move in with queens after moving in the last hand?
I know something that you don't know. I see something that you didn't see. Da, 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 da. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Just having a great time.
Me too.
And he has checked. And it's a massive overbet, it looks like.
From Tom Dwan.
It's the massive overbet. He's trying to look weak, isn't he?
He certainly is. He's trying to put maximum pressure on Andy Block. Hoping Andy's got an ace and he can't lay it down. I think he's pretty sure he's in front with his 9s and 6s right now. The pot size may be 33,700. The bet on the side is pretty well everything that Andy Block's got in front of him.
It is a $125,000 bet.
Well, it's actually about 175, but that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter what Andy Block's only got around 100,000 in front of him, if that.
Exactly. For all intents and purposes, Tom Dwan is all in. And it's a very interesting play. I've seen this work numerous times. It's a play I like to do myself. It's the overbet, trying to make it look like a bluff.
Exactly.
A little bit of an overbet.
How many races in a row have you beat me? 5, 6?
I don't know.
Over the last few years?
He had 13 wins with 1 pull.
You can almost hear his brain ticking, trying to work this one out.
70% there.
I'm not talking about that.
I mean, what can he beat?
Exactly. He's managed to lay his hand down there, trying to confuse his opponent, Tom, trying to get greedy, maybe get the whole lot. A smaller bet might have actually got a call, but maybe getting a little bit too greedy, wanting all of Andy Block's chips rather than 30, 40,000.
That's the lovely, baby.
He's raising it up.
And as you say, he's raising it up with Jack 4 offsuit.
And I'm willing to bet he's going to try and continue it through. But here's Chris Ferguson. He might not actually get to see the flop. Chris with pocket aces. He's so quiet, and every now and then he just wakes up with a hand, and bang.
That's a big raise there. $26,500 raised to. Who's going to call that one? Now remember, Ferguson is very deep. Does Ivey have the odds to call with that small pair?
Well, he's around a 7-1 to actually catch a set on the flop. But he's also got to make sure he gets paid when he catches that set. So it's pretty tight on whether he can call this one, despite having over 200,000 in front of Chris Ferguson.
Well, he's going to gamble. He's going to call this. And the pot is $62,000. And Ivey needs a 3. And there it is. There's the 3. Look at this. How do you play this now?
Be a monster.
Ferguson with a pocket aces, Ivey with pocket 3s. And both players are very deep. Ivey with over 800,000. Ferguson with nearly $250,000, actually, over $250,000. And there's a $40,000 bet. Ivey decides to check it. Pot is $100,000.
100,000.
And you get a check raise here.
Looks like Phil Ivey has made it 100,000 to play.
It's 100,000 total.
And it's 60,000 more to Chris Ferguson. The pot is 200,000, 60 more to Ferguson. And it's difficult to figure this one out. Ivey could easily have kings or queens here. If this flop was king high or queen high, it would be much easier to get away from the aces. Chris Ferguson has played so well till now. And he is going to call this, and this pot is now $262,000.
9.
That could actually help Chris get off this hand.
I can't imagine him putting Ivey on a 9, though.
Probably not.
I mean, I think both players know we're talking about overpairs or a set. Ivey with a full house here, 3s full of 9s. Pot is over $250,000.
Small one.
Oh, and Chris Ferguson's worst nightmare.
Phil Ivey just moves all in. And Chris has a decision for all of his chips.
And I'm looking at Chris Ferguson's stack. It's a little over 100,000 still in there.
I call.
He says
he
call.
calls. He needs an ace here
or a 9.
An ace or a 9, thank you.
Yeah. I need an ace or a 9. About 4 outs, I guess.
$500,000 pot. And Chris Ferguson needs a 9 or an ace.
Here it comes.
To the river. A 5. It's not going to do it.
Nice hand.